Hi there, I'm Robbie Gibbon, and this is all about my LTA summative assessment for my coach qualification. So, for my lesson, I chose a player called Pete. He's an intermediate level player at our club. Now, Pete, I've worked with for around 2 months. We've worked on forehands, backhands, volleying, and serves. But now I think it's really important that we put him into more match situations to make it more realistic for him as a player, so I can therefore test his natural tactical awareness, his technical ability in terms of his preparation stages, his hitting stages, and of course his recovery work as well. So within my observation and analysis stage of my lesson, I placed Pete in difficult positions within the court, testing his skills, his movement, his recovery, and of course his natural tactics along with his technique. I found most mistakes came from him receiving a higher ball to his backhand side of the court. He actually made 2 successful shots which successfully neutralised me, his opponent, and got the right result. However, the others I felt fell too short within the court and allowed me to attack and put Pete into a dangerous position, therefore losing the points as well. Now, the first mistake I saw Pete make was he didn't quite get his feet back behind the ball in time, ready in that preparation stage to hit the best shot possible. Because of this, I felt he was mistiming his shots, and he was actually a little bit off balance as well with his weight coming back rather than forwards through the court. So the first teaching point I gave to Pete was to make sure he took a big first step to make sure he gets right back. He's got enough time with his racket back prepared as well to hit more shots deeper and higher into the court as well. Now, the ball characteristics we spoke about were making sure to get the best solution possible in neutralising his opponent, were to make sure we aim for more height and more depth in the court to really push his opponent back. This will really help to neutralise and of course help to turn the point around later down the line. Now, the second teaching point was to make sure he made contact with the ball more in front of his body so that he has more control and more weight coming into the shot, and to make sure he had his strings facing cross court rather than down the line, playing more towards his opponent's weaknesses. We used the principles of practice all the way throughout the session appropriately. We used skills such as using random testing. We used varied, variable, and of course random back into a game situation. And I'm really pleased with the progress Pete made. I think I communicated with Pete very well. I gave him very clear instructions that he was able to follow. I think we used the principles of practice appropriately to help him within certain times. I would probably improve by adding more scoreboard situations to make it a little bit more pressure for the opponent, for Pete to work through to see how he'd react in those situations. I'm very pleased with how my session went. I can't wait for the next one. Thank you.